Hello, everyone. My name is Julie, and I'm here with Durgesh, Michael, and Andrew as we are the cross-functional team that was pulled together to address a growing concern that impacts many. With the recent pandemic, many educators were required to adopt to a non-ideal learning environment, such as Zoom and Google Meets. The students were suddenly forced in front of a computer screen and required to absorb their education as they were adapting to the new home environment. This resulted in an overall decline in the learning trajectory due to countless visual and audio stimulus of their surroundings. Well, we are here with a solution. Let me introduce The Real School, where VR meets remote learning. At The Real School, our mission is to provide a high-quality, immersive learning experience that changes the way students learn while integrating innovative technology that will become a useful tool of the future. Using the 10 types of innovation, we have targeted 4 key areas that include finance, the process, the offering, and delivery. Within each of these specialty areas, we have followed the 4XD process by discovering, defining, designing, and developing solutions for each of these areas. Starting with finance, The Real School is proud to be partnered with many public and private school systems, where the cost of the educational system is partially absorbed into the student's tuition rate. These costs are further offset by our strategic approach in partnering with various headset and handset providers to keep the overall customer price as low as possible. With the scope of the company being focused on the delivery of education, the schools are eligible for government-funded financial assistance and grants. Now I'll turn it over to my colleague Durgesh to speak to the process and the offering.
Thanks, Julie. In regard to process innovation, The Real School is based on a proprietary VR platform that was developed in-house and is protected by US patent law. We have partnerships with various device manufacturers and will buy devices from them in bulk to avail of volume discounts. We will then prepackage these devices with our platform and purpose-built software apps that will enhance the student experience. In regard to offering innovation, we have spent a lot of effort on research and development to ensure that our VR platform provides a seamless, glitch-free experience unlike other VR platforms. Our platform is easily extensible, allowing other software companies to develop software for our platform, which can then be availed of by the end users through our embedded and secure marketplace. We will provide regular firmware and software updates, which will be pushed directly to the devices so that the system performs at optimal levels all the times. Last but not least, we'll provide free training apps for the end users throughout the year so that they can get comfortable with the system. Now I will pass on to Michael to talk about the delivery.
Thanks, Durgesh. The Real School offerings will primarily be sold into school districts and schools themselves, who will receive the hardware associated with their subscriptions. This hardware will be delivered directly from the Real School's VR partners, eliminating logistics and operating costs from us. Schools would then distribute their VR head and handsets to the students as part of course initiation and setup. The marketing and value communication strategy will target institutions, students, and parents. Typical consumer marketing patterns can be used to reach the learners and parents, while more targeted events and experiences will be designed and sponsored to gain traction with school districts. For example, the Scholastic model of sponsoring in-school book fairs is an example of using an event to drive adoption and sales of a product within the environment it'll be used. Holistically, the Real School looks at both schools and students as customers, and the overall experience needs to take both into account. There will be a website for schools to manage their orders, subscriptions, and customer support. Schools would be able to organize the VR hardware delivery to registered students through this portal, and students would have access to their own portal to initiate registration, course enrollment, and metrics tracking. The experience begins from school sign-up all the way through students successfully completing a course and returning the hardware to the school. I'll now turn it over to Andrew and ask him to talk us through the target demographics.
Thanks, Michael. After the pandemic, we believe that education has changed forever. Online learning is here to stay, whether it's full-time or part-time, it will be here for the long run. We're looking for educational institutions and school districts that are willing to imagine a brand new way of doing school. Our interactive platform is ideal for any student at any level or age, but we believe school districts are best suited for this as they look for new ways to track the students' progress. As Michael mentioned, our software tracks metrics and can gauge a student's progress throughout their time at the school. We particularly think This can be interesting for students with learning disabilities such as ADHD or dyslexia. Our products can provide an innovative way to keep them engaged while learning and take them to the next level. Next, we'll discuss our short-term and long-term goals of our business. In 2023, by the end of 2023, we hope to be in 50 school districts and 5 online higher education institutions. Long-term, within 3 to 5 years, our goal is to be in 10 school districts in Europe and partner with 3 major universities in the United States. In closing, our mission at The Real School is to provide a high-quality, immersive learning experience that changes the way students learn while integrating new technology that will become a useful tool of the future. The pandemic changed how education is done, and we're here to bring online learning to the next level. Thanks for listening.